about there.
Right about there, just like that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Uncommon Sense. I am your uncommon host, Billy the Kid, and of course, in the studio.
We have Uncle Butch. Hello, and welcome back to another episode. You all, you uncommoners, we love you guys. All of our subscribers as well. We love you guys too.
That's right. We thank you for your contributions.
Yeah, that word.
Words and stuff.
Sorry,
Anyways,
the new mouth just taking it for a test drive.
If you're new
here, welcome aboard.
This is the channel where we question everything and learn together.
That's right, the most uncommon place on the internet. Or as Uncle Butch likes to say,
I didn't take the liquor this time.
Damn it, Billy.
John. Yeah, John.
Damn it, John Hancock. Give me back my liquor.
Poor John. Inside jokes and stuff.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so we're kind of just flying off the seat of our pants on this episode.
Sorry for the late broadcasting here, but we did have a little bit of audio issues. Hopefully we worked most of them out. If not, let us know in the comments. If our audio is really messed up or not at par at all.
So I'm hoping I fixed the echoing issue we had last time.
Right. Hopefully.
We'll see. It's annoying because my voice weirdly carries.
Yeah.
So far, it sounds like it's okay.
Yeah. All right.
I think as long as I keep it down.
Yeah.
Talk all nice and sweet.
As long as we don't have Not Cassidy in here, then we're all right.
Yeah. Not Cassidy's too loud.
Yeah.
Squeaky. She knows.
She knows.
We give her hard times all the time, but anyway.
She squeaks like a chew toy.
Right? And then it echoes.
Yeah.
Everybody on the other end's like, I had an eardrum once.
Back in 23, I lost my eardrum. I was listening to this podcast and the squeaky girl came on, and next thing I know, my eardrums were busted.
Next thing I know, I was dead.
What?
Huh? Say that again?
Speaking this tube, I can't hear you.
Right about there. Okay, so we really are flying off the seat of our pants on this episode, though. Because we just have a topic, a question.
Yeah, a question that was submitted by a subscriber, a viewer of ours.
You know you are.
You know who you are.
You've been a bad boy. Oh.
And thank you very much for the submission. We like to question everything, learn together. This is the question that we have for the week, and it is...
Why do the masses allow the few to control them?
Right. Why?
We must know why.
That's an awesome question.
It's a loaded question.
It's a loaded question. Because, from my experience, and you probably experienced it too, I'm not sure when you became aware of it or anything else like that, but the politically correct spectrum.
I've been aware of that for
you
a long
didn't
time,
want to offend anybody.
I was lucky to have a father that was like political correct. You know? So, thanks, Dad.
Yes. From my experience and from what I've seen and witnessed, is that it's when we started wanting to stop offending people, that's when all the trouble started. If we had shows like Blazing Saddles again, which offended everybody and made fun of everybody, then, we had shows like that again. Those were great shows. Those brought people together.
Well, it's like someone was saying about it was on my Facebook, about the Addams family, and how goth didn't used to mean depressed and sad and,
No,
or angry or anything like that.
no.
It was,
About finding one's own
and
happiness.
just embracing the fact that we're all a little bit off in
Yeah,
one
we're
way or
all a little
another.
bit weird. And the word of the day, kiddies, is idiosyncrasy. Look it up.
Yeah. Idiosyncrasy, not idiocracy.
Right.
That's a movie that very much pertains to,
Today's society
yeah,
and our government.
in the year 2023. Men would pretend to be women.
The most smartest among us only has a sixth grade education.
How did you know?
Because he can do figures and such. Like he knows numbers, those things I can't read yet, but I'm trying.
My kids were asking me like what Russian looks like the other day.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, so you know all the letters on the calculator that you don't use? It's kind of what Russian looks like. My son's like, really? I mean, kind of.
Kind of.
Kind
You
of. Or
know,
like runes. You know what I mean?
mystical runes.
Why are all these Nordic runes on my calculator?
Something. I don't know. I think mine's possessed by the devil. It keeps telling me to sin.
My mama said it's the devil.
It's one of them scientific calculators.
Yeah.
And then it wants me to co-sin. I guess that's sinning with somebody else.
Is it? So, something that kind of, well, it came across my feed today on Instagram,
Right.
and it sort of made me think about the topic we're supposed to be talking about, which is why the masses allow control. Now, I don't know if this is an answer, but it kind of goes along with the subject, if you will.
All right, let's check it out here.
Clip of Greg Popovich, the coach of the San Antonio Spurs, talk about gun control.
So what's more important to you? If you could vote for some good gun safety laws that most of the public agrees to, would you do that if it saved one kid? But they're going to cloak all this stuff, the myth of the Second Amendment, the freedom. It's a myth. It's a joke.
It's
I'm
a myth.
gonna stop right there real quick. Whoa.
Brakes. Hold on.
Uh-oh. I'm still echoey. It says I'm worse than last time. How was it worse than last time?
Turn your mic down.
I'm gonna try to turn my mic down a little bit.
There you go.
Let's see. Hold on a second.
Maybe because you have the echo filter on. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's see.
You're kidding.
Checking the audio settings.
Yes.
Should I turn it down a little more?
Turn it down some. Who's saying you're still echoey? Someone in chat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, we thank you for that, letting us know.
Yeah, I just noticed it on my mini monitor.
Right.
Well, I have everything else muted because I made sure that
Right.
other thing was muted on this one.
Okay.
The only other place I have it going. Let's see.
Right. It's not there.
That shouldn't affect mine
No.
unless
Click it. Check it.
that's silenced.
Yeah. It's the only one that's getting it from, so.
I don't know if it's fixed or not. Hold on. But how about now? I can't even hear anything. on my.
How about that?
Mic check. Billy, mic check. Well, it doesn't sound too bad on mine, so let me know if it's still no bueno.
It has a little bit of echo. We will have that resolved by next week's live show.
Yeah, because we gotta get sound stuff put up in here. It echoes
Yeah,
so bad in here as
it does.
And then I have this stupid voice that's like bouncing off the walls, like my brain. Again?
Alright, so this guy is saying that the Second Amendment is just a myth.
It's anger inducing. I'm offended, and I'm now triggered. Get it? If you didn't get it, then you're later than I am. Anyway. So, speaking of triggers, though, if we take away all triggers, then how many triggers are out there to save little children from the bad triggers?
My question is why is it the world's responsibility to tiptoe around somebody's personal triggers?
Yes, that is true. Well, that's part of controlling the masses.
That's right.
And if we make everyone feel like we all have to stay within this little box. So in other words, we just need more black sheep.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Not be a sheep. Be a black sheep.
Yep.
Not a black-faced sheep.
No. Be the one that's not part of the crowd.
Yeah. The one that stands out
The one.
above the crowd. Even if you got a shadow. Okay, stop. I just aged my soul.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
A little bit. Oops. Ah, well, worst things happen. So, one point that dude ends up making in here, Mr. Sky Corbin,
Yeah.
though, is that if we take away all the guns, how many lives are we actually saving?
None.
How many lives are saved when the good guy has a gun?
Right.
And he also brought up an interesting point. Why, when the villain has the gun, is the gun the bad guy?
Right.
But when the good guy has the gun, the human is the good guy. Why isn't the human the good or the bad in both situations? You know?
Right.
Why is there that double standard? That's my question. Why is there a double standard? But I do think this has to go along with the controlling of the masses, because if we make everyone afraid of one thing or another, then it divides the people that much more. I mean, look at what's going on in like the conservative part of the movement right now.
Yeah.
You got conservatives now being afraid of other conservatives, in a sense.
Yeah.
That we're not on each other's side. You know, we're gonna pin the DeSantis fans against the Trump fans, and I'm like, this is just another stupid NFL game, you guys.
Yeah. Oh.
Speaking of, again, controlling the masses,
Mm-hmm.
I saw another Instagram post. I don't know if I saved it, and I don't feel like going through all that right now. But, where was it? The Netherlands?
Uh-huh.
Where the people, the farmers,
Oh, the farmers.
they all made their own parties.
Ah.
And their voting,
Uh-huh.
even in the Netherlands,
Right.
forced the big parties out.
Ooh.
So I have a feeling there's a lot more farmers, people that know farmers,
Right.
support farmers, than
You know.
are, Joe Biden lovers.
If you're a
Just
person
assumption.
that enjoys eating, then you support a farmer. Just saying, or a rancher. For those that of us that like our red meat, and
So, they're trying to make all this veggie-based meat.
oh, I
What
know.
if we made meat-based veggies?
I'm. That's what I'm thinking. You know, pick a
If that
nice.
Instagram guy ever sees this, thank you for the joke. Because it was good. He was making carrots out of beef,
Nice,
dyed in orange and everything.
sweet. I think I seen that one.
He's like, this is the best carrot I've ever had. Can I
Oh,
make a bacon carrot? I'll make a bacon carrot.
there we go.
I love bacon.
I love bacon.
It all drew me out.
Bacon.
Okay, but the real question is why? Why do we let them do this?
Right. Why do we let them? No. Why do we have to tiptoe around it?
Like, that's something we all have to figure out for ourselves.
Well,
Are we being controlled? Are we letting them control
some people
us?
do it because if not, they're afraid of being called something,
And it's easier.
and it's easier to just say, "Okay, I'll just go along with it," to avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
These are our
It's easier this way.
pacifists. These are ones that want peace, not war, and they're the ones that want us
ultimately,
disarmed.
we all want peace.
Yeah, everyone
But
wants peace,
we
not
have to
war.
be realistic about it.
Yeah,
And how do we gain that peace? It's certainly not by giving away all our guns, because
No.
the bad guys are still going to have guns.
that's right.
And if no good guys have guns, who's going to save us from the bad guys?
Right. If
Yeah.
you guys don't believe us about the gun policies, look at Chicago.
That's exactly where I was going to go with this.
Chicago is a gun-free zone.
Mm-hmm.
No, you
And
can't own a
they
gun.
have, what is it, like 5 times the crime rate of New York City?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
In murders
there's
by weapons.
multiple people dying
By
every
weapons. Now, when I say weapons, I'm not talking about just an AR-15.
week. There's knives,
There's knives,
fists,
fists,
Cars.
bottles. There's pistols.
vehicular manslaughter.
Yes.
Yeah, that's still a thing.
Well, their whole premise is like, well,
And
to stop.
simultaneously, they're like releasing all the bad guys back out onto the streets.
Right.
Oh, you're convicted of a
Felony.
felony, a murder.
Right. Well,
You know,
you did enough time in jail waiting for
RITE.
trial. We'll let you go.
you know.
Right. Why? Because prisons are getting overcrowded. Why are prisons getting overcrowded? Because, well, let's see.
Political.
We have a bunch of an entitled generation going on right now that think the rules don't apply to them. Guess what? There are laws. There are rules.
And
they apply to
all of
everyone.
your
Doesn't matter
politically
race,
correct-
color, creed, what have you.
Mhm.
Those rules apply to everyone. We all must follow the law.
And if your politically correct BS
Mm.
becomes law, it will inevitably affect you.
Yeah.
Because somewhere along the line, someone else is going to get offended about something else.
I think we need to do a full audit of all laws, a 100% full audit, because let's see, was it 1953, Marbury versus Madison,
Mm-hmm.
and it states that any law that is repugnant to the Constitution shall be null and void. Let's see, what does that say? Any law that does not follow along with the Constitution is null and void. That's what it says. That's what it means.
Yes. So how many amendments do we have that don't
Follow the Constitution.
actually abide by the Constitution?
Right. The first 10 amendments.
Well, and then you have the people that are like, well, but it says nothing about the AR-15 in the Constitution. That's because our founding fathers could not tell the future.
No,
They're not going to list every type of weapon,
right,
every type of gun that
right.
exists in the history of and future of ever.
Oh wait, the ones I love the most are the ones that say, "Oh well, we didn't have automatic rifles back then." Yeah, we did.
And actually, yes, we did. We've had them for a lot longer than people think we
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. There's the repeating pistol. There's the repeating rifle.
Which could, by today's standards, be considered
An automatic
or a
rifle or a semi-automatic pistol.
Semi-automatic.
Yes. But the one was, it was already loaded. All you had to do is turn it and it would fire.
Yep. It was a...
Yeah, predecessor to the Gatling gun.
Yep.
Imagine that.
Well, and like we had mortars and stuff like that back then.
Yeah.
You know.
So let's see if they want us to have only weapons that they had back then. I want a cannon in my front yard.
Yep. And stop chipping us on the caps for black powder rifles.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've kind of gotten off subject because now we're talking about gun control.
Right.
But without guns, we have no way to keep them from controlling us.
Right.
Because now they have all the guns.
That's right.
You really think the government's going to give up their guns?
Nope.
No. Because, they need them to protect us.
Well, what do you think we need them?
My point exactly.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Oh, man. And I apologize if I look a little different this week. I'm going to look this way for a couple of weeks. I don't have my glasses. I need to have lens correction done onto them. So that's what's happening. So forgive me if I do appear 10 years older. I actually am, but
I really wonder how old people think I am when they watch the show. When they haven't been following us for a while or whatever.
All right.
So they don't know how
well, let's see. We have the chat going on right now.
Leave a live chat or comment.
Yeah.
How old do you think Billy is?
Yeah.
Just take a wild guess.
How old do you think Uncle Butch is?
Do you really want them to answer that? Without your glasses?
Without my glasses, yeah.
It's fine, I'll read it to him.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll tell you the truth. My birth certificate says expired, so yeah. I'm a little old.
My birth certificate says premature.
Oh.
It's alright to be itty bitty.
We're going to get copyright infringement. You keep singing those songs like that.
I ain't that good. I think we'll be alright. Who sings that? Alan Jackson? Let him sing it.
All right. Just saying.
Okay.
Oh, man. No, we've had an interesting week in the news. There's, well, let's get back to this, and then we'll talk about the week of what's not in the news.
Show them what, what drama is going on in Southern Oregon. Prove to everybody that thinks it's never going to reach your area.
Right.
It will. Yeah. And it's already in Idaho. I'm just putting that out there, you guys. Just putting that out there. Having satanic, weird junk going on at the Capitals.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
Maybe you don't believe us? Watch a previous episode.
Indeed.
All right, so back to what we were saying, their reaction here to this guy.
Yeah, we could finish
who thinks that the Second Amendment is just a myth.
It's a myth.
Yeah.
Is that because he can't read cursive?
I think so. I really do.
All right, listen here, Captain Crunch. The Second Amendment is not a myth. A lot of people died for that. What do you think? They
That's
fought
right.
the Revolutionary War with feather pens? They
Wow. You tell them.
You're right? We didn't win it with feather pens. I'm just putting that out there, too.
legislated everything? No, they had guns and they knew why they needed them afterwards. And our founding fathers are far more man than you will ever be, Greg Popovich. I know people think of them as old gray-headed men.
Yes.
No, James Madison was 25. Alexander Hamilton, 21. James Monroe, 18. And they fought for our freedom that you spit in the face of. And the Nashville shooter chose a school with less security. So that by default means you should have had more security. And stop with that
Go figure.
Yeah. Huh.
Bing, bing, bing.
Just saying.
Light bulb.
stupid, illogical argument, would you get rid of guns if it would just save one child's life? You can't have a theory without the opposite end of the spectrum.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
There are 1.6 million lives saved per year from
1.6 million lives saved every year.
Yep.
defensive gun uses. So if you eliminated guns, that's eliminating 1.6 million lives saved. Hey, Chicago has the strictest gun laws of any city in America, and 5 times the murder rate of New York. How about the next time you play the Chicago Bulls, you take a stroll in a bad neighborhood. See how those gun laws protect you. And the other terrible argument I hear, just like in Nashville and in this recent Louisville shooting, it's always a terrible gun that does the damage. But if a bystander or a cop saves the day with a gun, it's the person that's the hero.
Right.
Why isn't the gun the hero? And when it's the villain, why is the gun the bad guy and not the person? So you can't have it both ways. The person is the hero and the person is the villain, not the gun. The gun's just a tool being used by the individual. And if you can send guns to Ukraine, you can send guns to protect our children at school. And if you can hire 87,000 IRS agents with our money, we'd be happy to pay for 87,000 school guards to protect our children. Make it happen.
Oh, yeah. I like this guy.
High five.
I like this guy.
Me too. I followed him this morning.
Good deal.
So yeah, just, putting that out there.
Just
Okay.
saying how it is. You know.
Coming to make sure we got the right screen pulled up. Or not.
And for those that are wondering, my cough, no, it's not COVID. It's not the coof. It is actually smoker's cough. I've been a smoker for over, for most of my life. Yeah, I was the one that taught him how to grow tobacco.
Oh, that's not the one I wanted.
They wanted to wrap it up in sheets, so I told them paper would be better to store it in.
There's just
Especially
no
if you
way.
rolled up the little itty bitty ones and put a filter on the end and just slide it. Yeah. Perfect thing.
Oh. Okay, here we go. One more time. Everybody get in line.
All right. This happened locally.
Herald News, Climate Falls, Oregon. Local woman gets a death threat after flying Trump MAGA flags. She says we put the flags up March 21st. On the 31st, she received a sexually explicit, expletive-laced, threatening letter in the U.S. mail addressed to herself, her boyfriend, and her 86-year-old mother. Quote, I have bullets with your name on them specifically made for domestic terrorists such as yourself.
Yourselves. Yeah.
I would be real careful once you step out of your dump. Also, vehicles don't just get firebombed in the movies. The letter reads.
Wow. Yeah.
The woman shared the letter and envelope with the Herald News, and the return address was listed as J. Biden, 1234 Main Street, Climate Falls, Oregon.
Yeah.
How did someone at the mail thing not catch that?
Right. Because they
That's
don't
my real
look,
question.
they don't look at the letters. They have machines that
That's
process
true.
them now.
Yeah, that's true.
And yes, it's more
Hence why,
efficient, but less safety.
yeah, yeah. Speaking of safety, just saying,
Just
put
saying.
that out there.
So,
Okay, so they have an active investigation and a person of interest. But the whole point of us bringing this up is beware, because
yeah,
they really do think of us as domestic terrorists.
Because why? Because the media has labeled us that way. Why is the media labeled us that way? Because the Democrat Party has labeled us
that's all
that
the more
way.
reason for me to have my rights to the Second Amendment. I have fellow citizens now that are going to look at me as a domestic terrorist.
Right.
Like, what if I have to defend myself and my family simply because someone's on my YouTube channel, or I flew a Trump flag, or, I have a sign promoting a Republican Senate runner in Oregon, or the move the border signs that people have. All the weird reasons that someone could be like, they're a domestic terrorist because they belong to Group A.
Right. Well, let's see. Let's look at what the definition, not what they want the definition or a person wants the definition to be, but let's look at what the definition of domestic terrorism is. Domestic terrorism is something that happens locally on domestic soil, meaning anything within the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
Terrorism, any kind of terrorist act such as threatening or intimidating a person. They have a thing called assault or battery of a person.
And threatening someone's life and well-being.
Yeah.
So, hold on, I think this is a response to that post.
All right. And what's it read?
The person that sent the threat is probably another liberal that fled the state of California due to failing Democratic policies. Democrats are supposedly the ones that are open-minded, but they are the ones that always start calling names and threatening when anyone has different opinions. They do not like facts. And then someone else says, there are millions of death threats across the country from MAGA world. Prove the lie to that right there. Also, y'all are the real snowflakes. Here's the funny part. I think they posted our live thing.
That's good. I hope so.
Thank you for the promotion.
Thank you.
That's what it
Thank
looks
you
like
for
anyways
watching.
on the screenshot here. So,
I hope it's another uncommoner out there doing the uncommon thing and doing the right thing.
well, one of them is. I don't know about the other one. It's always funny when people call us the snowflakes.
Right.
Yeah. Change that around.
Well, I'll tell you the same thing as I told many of people before.
Mm-hmm. Someone said
Especially,
you're old.
someone said I'm old. How old do you think I am? Come on now, don't be shy.
Old enough to know better.
Uh-oh. How old do they think I am?
It just says old.
Just
So
old.
the other comments, show me how they're going to keep guns out of the hands of criminals. Then I'll support common sense gun control. But so far, no laws have really shown how they're going to do that.
That's right.
That's because you can't legislate that shit.
No, you can't.
Why? Because criminals don't give a shit about your legislations and your laws.
Right. If they did, they wouldn't be criminals. Hello? Imagine that.
Just saying. Also, if we speak up, we can get results. Much like this whole Bud Light
Fiasco.
nonsense.
Right. Well, we got another message here.
Yeah, if I can, get it to work. Yep, welcome to the live show. This is how we go.
Yep.
This is how we do it.
I show you an ad right about now, but we don't have any sponsors yet.
Yet. That's a keyword right there. We didn't have paid supporters either until recently.
That's
and
right.
again, thank you. Thank you to all the paid supporters. We appreciate you more than you know.
Yeah.
Even though we still only make, pennies a month.
We only make pennies, but you know what? Pennies add up over time.
They sure do.
And it's not about what we make, it's what we put out there.
And it just goes to show that this is only the beginning.
Right.
Like, we've been BSing our way through this YouTube thing for 2 years.
Right.
Started with literally no experience at all whatsoever when it comes to YouTube or streaming or anything like that.
Recording or podcasting or video editing or anything.
Yep. How did you get so good at video editing?
2 years of
2
experience.
years of experience, exactly. So you guys are just on the journey with us. That's the point I'm making. We're just as clueless on all this as you are.
Right.
But we had to start talking about it.
Yes.
And in 2021, there was that time where like everybody felt like everyone's against everyone. You didn't know who was gonna scream at you for voting for Trump or for not using pronouns or some stupid thing.
Well, the whole thing about the local woman, gets a death threat and everything else. That's one of the reasons why the wife and I have seen the change come into town.
Mm-hmm.
And we now have a Democratic Socialist of America office here in town. So we've seen that trend too.
Well, they're the ones that helped put on that weird timed pride thing that happened.
Yeah.
That we covered.
Yep.
Just putting that out there too. It was like in July.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't your little month end
in June?
In June.
And I have to state this, and it's
can
gonna.
Straight people get a month? I'm just.
Oh yeah. That's a good question, but I have to say this because it offends me.
Triggers.
My triggers is that someone would put a whole month for perversion in the month that I was born.
My grandmother was born in that month too.
Yeah. Not only that, I was born on Flag Day. So I'm a bit of a patriot.
Flag Day?
No. Nobody does.
Except for maybe like, I don't know, your local furniture store.
Right.
As an extra excuse to give you 20% off your new couch. You know what I mean?
Right.
But other than that, and that's only if you live in Podunk, USA.
I celebrate it because as a constitutionalist and as an American patriot, and notice I said American.
I salute that flag.
I salute that flag every single day. I have it outside my house. I have it inside the house. I have it inside the studio. I'm a bit of a patriot. I love my country. That's why I joined the Marine Corps. I volunteered.
Navy SEAL. I was like 13. My dad goes, no. I couldn't even fathom at the time like what that actually entailed. Okay. I got one tickling me through. It's making me cry.
Oh, Satya.
I'm just crying for America right now. And the state of chaos it's in.
Oh, no doubt.
And the fact that we can't stand up even as well as the French.
We can't stand up for ourselves
the Netherlands.
the way that all these other countries who have taken their lessons from America to stand up against an oppressive government.
You know, I think I just thought of an answer to our question.
Hmm.
Why do they allow us to control? Or why do we allow them to control us?
Right.
Lack of hope.
Yeah.
Because it's proof that we can take back control easily. They proved it in France, and they proved it in the Netherlands. They proved it in other places as well, which our media is not showing us.
Right.
They're not going to show us. You're going to find it on social media, and if it explodes on there, then they might bring it up once just to get it off their back.
Well, this whole, kowtowing to other people and everything, I tried to say this earlier, is that there's people like me that won't tolerate it, don't put up with it, won't acknowledge it, because that's just enabling said behavior.
Okay, it's like when people call me a he, and then they get all like, or like they'll call me a she, and then be like, oh, I hope I got the pronouns right. I'm like, I am a she. Like, well, why should that offend me?
Right.
And what kind of coward does that make me that that offends me?
Right. Why are you tiptoeing around someone's supposed pronouns?
I don't know. The whole concept just doesn't even make sense to me. But it all kind of boils down to that narcissism that they've pushed in society.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that, frankly, has come from this like new spirituality, blah, blah, blah. Or they get just way out there about
I think it's ironic that for those that, try not to offend,
they're the most offended.
The reason they try not to offend is because they're afraid that they will be offended themselves by being called a racial slur or...
Call me whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah, you can call me whatever you want. I have an ex-wife. She's called me worse. Trust me.
I've worked in customer service. Just leave it at that. Like my main career. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, lack of hope.
Right.
Lack of courage.
Lack of courage.
And what is courage? Is it simply not being afraid?
No. No, courage is being afraid and still doing what needs to be done. The right thing.
What's right because it's right.
Yes.
My daughter said something to me one day about, well, I'm not very brave. I said, sure, you're brave.
Yeah.
You're brave if you want to be brave.
Yep.
Being brave and having courage does not mean that you're never afraid.
Right.
It's facing your fear and not letting your fear control you.
Would you believe I used to be shy?
Mm-hmm. I used to be shy.
Now look at me.
Now.
I'm still shy.
Loud and obnoxious. I'm not so much shy anymore as like, if I don't know the environment that I'm in, I'm gonna sit back in the back and just be quiet and listen.
Oh yeah, I'm a people watcher big time.
Mm-hmm.
And over the years of watching people, I can pretty much tell you a person's life just by looking at them. Oh, what's so funny?
How old are you, Bush?
How old am I? Gonna be 55 here in a couple months. Why?
Because she said you're old. How old do you think Butch is? Older than me, she says. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Means I'm younger than both of y'all.
Yep.
I feel flattered. You know what's flattering though is when I get carded for cigarettes.
Yes. I used to get carded for cigarettes, and then they seen my legs, so I was like...
It's because I can't grow beards. I go in here drawing on a goatee one day, just to be funny.
Oh, there you go. Do what he did that one Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
do that.
Yeah. Just go in there and dress as Jack Sparrow. Oh.
There you go. You could do it too. You could pull it off.
I can pull that off.
Yeah. Could you pull off the walk?
Probably.
And what about the talk, the accent, his mannerisms?
I think I can do that too.
You think you can do it? Let's get a little sample.
No.
Come on, let's do a little sample here. Let's do your best Jack Sparrow.
I got a job done. I'm just kidding. Let's try not to laugh, dude. Let's not. I'll make us get out of it later after I practice.
Hard being on the spot.
Huh? Get it right. Right out there. You go.
Oh.
You don't need Jesus.
Yeah, now, that's if I asked you to do him, Jack Sparrow. Let's see what happens if I told you. Do Cartman.
Shut up, Dan. Mom. No, kitty, that's my pot pie. Well. Take my authority. Heil Cartman. I'm just kidding. Don't Heil Cartman.
No Heil Cartman, no.
No Heil anyone.
No.
I got a question for you.
No, it's that.
What's God's first name?
Oh. Can't tell you.
It's Harold.
You told me not to tell you.
You know how I know?
Huh.
Our Father who art in heaven, Harold be thy name. I saw a guy on Instagram actually said that, like he was serious. I was like, you poor kid.
Oh, that's
man.
funny. No, he told me his first name, but I can't tell you. It's a secret.
So legend has it, you know, as myths and legends go, that Jesus told God's real first name to, of all people, Judas.
Mm-hmm.
Just find that interesting.
Yeah. We should look that up, see if that's a factual thing.
It's supposedly, I think, in the Book of Thomas, which was
Oh,
one of
wow.
those that, you know, it wasn't qualified for the Bible or something. You'd have to ask King James.
I don't know. I have an idea.
Oh, now we're in trouble.
Let's ask ChatGPT.
Oh, jeez. Stupid Chat GPT. Where?
Come right here.
Come over here. To go over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go like
Start
this.
chat. There. Enter.
This one?
Yep. All right. We're gonna ask ChatGPT. We're not gonna show it to you guys, but we're gonna ask him anyway.
We could show it to you
Alright.
if you want, but.
What is God's first name according to the Bible? Or did Jesus tell?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Did Jesus tell Judas God's first name?
All right.
Well, at least it goes according to the Bible on this one. I'm a little bit surprised on it. There is no record in the Bible or any other historical document. I kind of think that's a lie. That suggests Jesus told Judas
Right.
God's first name. In fact, the Bible does not reveal God's first name at all. The name Yahweh, which some scholars believe to be God's original name, appears in the Hebrew Bible, but it is not mentioned in the New Testament. Therefore, it is unlikely that Jesus would have revealed God's name to Judas in the way the question suggests. That answer was so basic.
Right.
Did you even do your research, ChatGPT? Just ask.
Just ask him. So that's what ChatGPT had to say about it.
Oh, okay, so let's go back to this subject here, since
Right.
we really kind of got off on our own little tangent and whatnot. I know. Oh, what? Why are you being stupid? Hold on, let me fix this. There we go. Yay, I fixed it.
This is the house in question.
This is the actual article on that whole thing.
Right.
So, you know what? I'm going to copy this. The link. I'm going to go back over here. Do that one. But yeah, we can leave it in here. Control V. There's the link if you guys want to check that out. It's there in the live chat. And I'll probably put it in the description later on. But if you guys want to check out the actual article from Herald the News, that or She Blue. And what kind of separation does that cause, division does that cause to a country to make people so outrageous on either end that they would attack their fellow countrymen for voting for the opposite party?
Yeah. Or for thinking differently than they
how
do.
How Nazi does that sound?
Yeah.
Like, do they not hear themselves when they say this stuff?
We need to do next week. Next week's
do you not
episode.
Hear how brown shirt the words are coming out of your mouth?
Right. We need to do a reaction to that one video.
Which one?
Don't be a sucker.
Oh yeah, we'll have to watch that because I haven't watched the whole thing.
Oh, it's good.
It's an old film. Don't be a
an old
sucker.
film.
Oh,
I remember
speaking of
watching
suckers, just so you guys know, there's a, what is it, Disney or DreamWorks?
Mm-hmm.
They put out that movie. Something's supposed to be about the chupacabra.
Oh.
They called it Chupa.
Chupa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What does chupacabra mean?
Goat sucking.
Goat sucker, basically.
Goat sucker, yeah.
So if you know how Spanish works, it would actually say sucker of goat.
Goats.
Of goats.
Right. Chupa means suck or sucker.
Sucker.
Yeah. Like chupa mi verga.
Mm-hmm. Again? Right about there? No. Okay, but my point is, they really think you guys are suckers.
Yes, they do.
You're telling me that they didn't notice that when they made the film? No, they know.
Yeah, they knew.
And they know that all the people that don't actually speak Spanish,
yeah,
but are suckers to this whole woke thing,
mm-hmm.
will promote the movie.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because they don't even know what it actually means.
I can tell you honestly that I know several people, several families.
Represent
that,
the Latinos, the Latinx community.
No, I know several. I know several families personally that have told me they always wanted to go to Disneyland or Disney World, but since all this woke stuff, they're not going. Their kids keep asking them, "Hey, I want to go to Disneyland." The answer is no. Well, why no? And so the reason it was told that because they don't think the same way that they think. Disney doesn't think the same way the family thinks.
Not only that, but Disney,
about child safety.
Yeah. Disney is a fraud.
Yes.
That's basically how my kids understand it now. They will even say, well, you know, we wanted to go to Disneyland, but with everything that happened, you know, everything that's going on right now, they wouldn't step foot in Disneyland. Okay, so I'm not saying that Chupa was not a cute movie, but there's a point to be had. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because they do it on purpose. Oh, it's cute, it's funny, it's whatever. But they're actually just calling you a sucker. Oh, but speaking of cute movies
Right.
and woke movies and this and that, apparently the Mario movie that came out and the Sonic movie are both getting backlash from critics.
For?
Basically because they're not woke.
Oh.
The audiences love them.
Yeah. I think
Go
the
figure.
audience should speak, not critics. So.
I don't care what the critics think, because the critics are grading you via ESGs anyway.
Right.
Your ESGs can just go somewhere else. Okay, but I think we've pretty well covered our thoughts on the subject.
Yeah, I think so.
As far as
I think we have tried to answer the question of the week the best we could. If you have other questions, or if you have a answer that you think might have answered the question, why the few control so many of the many.
Maybe I'll put a poll up across various platforms this week and see what people think. Like, give them an option. Why do you think, why do you think that the masses allow the few to control them? Is it A, lack of courage?
Right.
B, lack of hope?
Right.
Or C, both? I don't know. D, leave your answer below.
Or fear of being called a racist.
Well, that's part of the fear.
Yeah.
Fear in one way or the other.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that does it for this episode, for this week, this live show. We thank you guys for joining us. All you uncommoners out there, we just want to say much love. Again, much love to Owls and Aliens. The guys just got back from a tour all across the United States, and we love you guys. Welcome home. And until next time, don't believe the BS, and
stay uncommon. And another one bites the dust. As I click the wrong thing or the right thing?
Right thing.
Right about there?
Right.